Method 2. Method 2. The method 2 to determine the phase crossover frequency, okay, may be calculated by equating the imaginary part of G of j omega equal to 0. Imaginary part of G of j omega, right? Imaginary part of G of j omega equal to 0. Okay. Let us see with one example. For example, say the open loop transfer function G of S equal to 10 divided by S into S plus 1, then 1 plus 0.5 S. Okay. So this is a transfer function. Okay. Then what we have to do? We have to convert into frequency transfer function. How? By replacing S by j omega. So let us convert into frequency transfer function j omega 1 plus j omega, right? 1 plus j 0.5 omega. Understand? Okay. Now simplify denominator. By simplifying the denominator as 10 divided by j omega minus omega square. If we multiply these two, becomes minus omega square. Then 1 plus 0.5 j 0.5 omega. Okay. Now you multiply these two together. Okay. What do we get? So j omega 10 divided by j omega minus 0.5 omega square, 0.5 omega square minus omega square, okay, minus 0.5 minus j 0.5 omega cube. Okay. So then what is, if you simplify this, this becomes 10 divided by minus 1.5. 1 right, minus 1.5 omega square. This is the real part. Imaginary part is j omega, the omega into 1 minus 0.5 omega square. If you take j omega common term, right? So now rationalize, by rationalizing this, okay. So by multiplying and with the conjugate denominator, multiply and dividing the complex conjugate. So G of j omega becomes, what is that, 10 divided by minus 1.5 omega square plus j omega 1 minus 0.5 omega square. Multiplying and dividing by this complex conjugate, okay? The complex conjugate. This multiplied by, so let me write here that factor, okay? Multiplying and divided by minus 1.5 omega square minus j omega 1 minus 0.5 omega square divided by same 1.5 omega square minus j omega 1 minus 0.5 omega square, right? Multiply and divide. Now we equate, okay, denominator becomes real, right? So now equate the imaginary part. What is the imaginary part? By equating the imaginary part, So which is imaginary part here? So the denominator, okay, this numerator becomes 0. When we equal to 0, this should be equal to 0, right? When we equate the imaginary part equal to 0, we will be getting, say, omega pc into 1 minus, this alone will be coming, right? So 1 minus Actually, denominator becomes real, right? So in the numerator, only imaginary part is j omega 1 minus this thing, right? So this is our imaginary part. So omega pc minus 1.5 omega pc square equal to 0. So what we will get? So omega pc equal to either 0. So omega pc either 0 or omega pc equal to square root of 2. So 0 is impossible, phase crosswalk frequency. So omega pc equal to root 2. Root 2 is the root 2 radian per second is the correct answer. Okay. In the last first method also we got the same answer. So this is the second method of determining phase crossover frequency. Understand? Next problem. In a polar plot, in a polar plot, right? The curve was found to cross the negative real axis at minus 1.2. Okay. Then what is the gain margin? Then the gain margin is then the gain margin is, what is the gain margin? Solution, tell me. So gain margin is the point of intersection is given. Okay, solution. The POI, point of intersection in the negative real axis is, that is x. That x value is minus 1.2. So gain margin is, what is the gain margin? 1 by modulus of x. 1 by 1.2. That is equal to 0.83. So 0.83 is the correct answer. Understand? Next, for a transfer function, for a transfer function with pure transportation lag, what will be the nature of polar plot? The polar plot will be, okay, the polar plot will be, what is the shape of the polar plot for the transportation lag? We already discussed, okay, we already discussed in the previous class. So what is transportation lag? Solution. So transportation lag is e to the power, transportation lag equal to e to the power minus s tau g. Okay, so what is the magnitude of this? So the magnitude is, let's find first magnitude and phase angle. Magnitude equal to modulus of e to the power minus s, that is j omega tau g equal to 1. Okay, so when omega equal to 0, e to the power 0, that is 1. When omega equal to infinity, it is different, right? So the phase, what is the phase? The phase angle, argument. Phase angle equal to minus omega tau g. Minus omega tau g. So what is the shape of a polar plot for this transportation lag? This is purely a circle, right? Purely a circle. We will be getting a circle. 0 degree, minus 90 degree, minus 180 degree, minus 270 degree, right? 0, magnitude 0. So this is minus j, this is plus j. J real axis and imaginary axis. So this is at a point of minus 1. Exactly, it crosses minus 1, right? So this is the magnitude of minus 1. 1. Here minus 1, here real light. This side is 1. This is j, that is also j. Understand? So next, question is, say the frequency response of g of s equal to 1 by s into 1 plus s plus 2. Okay. So this is the frequency response is plotted in complex plane. Okay, complex plane. What is complex plane? Complex plane of g of j omega, in the g of j omega plane, right? Complex g of j omega plane, right? So for the range of 0 less than omega less than infinity, then what is that? Okay, then what is the point of intersection in the negative real axis, and where will be the asymptote line? Asymptotic line. Where it crosses? Where is the asymptotic line? So let us find this is similar to this g of s solution. Solution is this solution. See, this is similar to g of s equal to 1 by, first we convert this into time constant form. So yes, 1 plus s. Okay, so 2. If you take 2 will be the numerator. Okay, so k will be 1 by 2, 1 plus s by 2, 0.5 s. Right? So this is similar to the standard transfer function of k divided by s into 1 plus s tau 1, 1 plus s tau 2, right? 1 plus s tau 2. So for this, what is POI, point of intersection, equal to k tau 1 tau 2 divided by tau 1 plus tau 2. Okay. So what is the asymptotic line? Where will be the asymptotic line? First, let us assume let k equal to 1 by 2, tau 1 equal to 1 by 2, tau 1 equal to 1, here 1, then tau 2 equal to 1 by 2. So let us substitute here. So the point of intersection becomes, substitute here, multiply 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, 1 by 4 divided by this thing. So we will be getting around 1 by 6, right? 1 by 6. At omega equal to 0 minus, okay, to omega equal to 0 minus k tau 1 plus tau 2 minus j infinity, right? This is in a rectangular form. Okay, so this is in rectangular form. So at omega equal to 0, it is a asymptotic asymptotic to the straight line. The straight line. Straight line. Okay. What is the straight line? Where is the straight line? K into tau 1 plus tau 2. So this equal to minus 1 by 2, 1 plus 1 by 2. This becomes 3 by 4. Okay. 3 by 4. Understand? So 3 by 4 is the asymptotic. At omega equal to 0, angle of the TF transfer function equal to minus 90 degree. So how to this omega equal to 0, the phase angle is you know that is 90 minus 90 minus tan inverse of omega minus tan inverse of 0.5 omega. So for omega 0, 90, right? So transfer function is 90. When omega equal to infinity, phase angle equal to minus 270. So what happened? The polar plot for the transfer function will be like this. So it starts from when omega is magnitude. Similarly, magnitude at omega equal to, when omega equal to 0, magnitude is infinity. When omega equal to infinity, magnitude is 0. So it starts at the minus 90 degree here. So this is the typical response plot for. Okay. So this is a point of intersection. So there will be asymptotic line. Okay. So the asymptotic line, straight line, which has an angle of minus, that is 90 degree. 90 degree. So where are the point of intersection and where the asymptotic line crosses? So the point of intersection is 1 by 6 minus 1 by 6. This is the asymptotic line which has the 90 degree. Okay. So this is 3 by minus 3 by 4. So this is imaginary. This is real. Okay. This is negative real. Understand? So this will be the response for the answer for the question, right? Next question is the polar plot for the feedback control system. The polar plot for the feedback control system whose open loop stable. So open loop system stable with gain k equal to 1, which is given by, okay, k equal to 1. Okay, so k is given by, say this is the plot given, the polar plot. So this is the minus 1, 0.0 j. Okay, this point of intersection is minus 0.4. So when omega is 0, magnitude is infinity. So omega increasing in this fashion. So at this point, omega is infinity, magnitude is 0. So real, imaginary. Okay. So question is, now if the value of k, if the k is doubled, what happened to the stability? If the k is doubled, okay, for k equal to 1, it gives the stable system. If k is doubled, okay, what about stability? What about stability? Okay, stability. What about stability? Understand? So what is the solution for this? What is the solution? Tell me, my dear students, friends. Say solution. Okay, with k, when k equal to 1, the compensator, okay, kc divided by k equal to 0.4. So the point of intersection within the limit, okay. When k is doubled, that is kc by k, when k is doubled, kc by k equal to 0.4. So then what happened if k is doubled twice? So kc equal to 2 times 0.4, which is equal to 0.8. So 0.8. So when k is doubled, what is the response? You know, so omega is 0, omega is infinity, magnitude is 0, magnitude is infinity, here magnitude is 0. Now the point of intersection is doubled, so 0.8. Okay, so where is the -1 comma, this is the -1j. So still within the limit, right? So even though k is double, the system is stable only, negative real axis, but the magnitude is less than 1. The magnitude is less than 1, so it is stable. Still the system is stable. Still the system, even though k is doubled, still the system is stable. But okay, because why it is stable? The magnitude is less than 1. Okay, the point of intersection is POI is less than 1 in the negative axis. But the oscillations depends on zeta. Okay, but the oscillations depends, this is very important, depends on zeta, damping ratio. Understand? So what is the relation between damping ratio and the k? Damping ratio equal indirectly proportional to square root of k. So as k is increase, which is when k is increased, what happened to zeta? Zeta is reduced. So when zeta is reduced, what happened? So more oscillations. It leads more oscillations. Understand? More oscillations. This is the important point in this concept. Okay. Next, say for the open loop transfer function of a system is given by g of s equal to 10 into s minus 12 divided by s into s plus 2, s plus 3. Okay, whether the system is non-minimum phase or minimum phase. Okay, first question is whether the system is stable or not. Second question is, what is the nature of the system? Okay, nature of the system. What is nature? Whether minimum or non-minimum phase. Okay, nature means whether minimum phase or non-minimum phase. Non-minimum phase. Simple. Okay. Since answer is since one zero. Okay. Since a zero at right hand side of the S plane. 0 at S equal to 12 is on the right hand side of the S plane. So it is non-minimum phase. Non-minimum phase system. Okay. Also it is unstable. Understand? Unstable. Clear? So thank you very much. Please subscribe our channel. Thank you very much once again. Don't forget to click the bell button. Have a nice day.